Well, where we last left the assembly line process, I had done the borders on this one, lettered that one, started the final inking on that one. Usually at this point, I like to start a fourth one just to have something roughed and penciled so I can continue the assembly line process. Oh. Bristol, smooth. You want a smooth rather than vellum paper for brush use.
I just want it noted that I'm working. Just you always say I'm not working.
What's really convenient about Strathmore Bristol in the 19 by 24 size is that all you got to do is cut it in half and you have the perfect size for a comic strip.
19 by 20?
19 by 24, I think it is. All right. Now, let's come up with a joke. We have here. Let's see. Vital merchandise. Can of food for sale, $1. Customer says, hey, the expiration date on this food is from 2 years ago. Vital says, oh, those are antiques, and changes the price to $5. Fido yard sale. Dino sitting amongst a bunch of stuff marked for free. Fido, just trying to get rid of some useless junk we don't need.
Poor Dino.
To you two guys, I'm a talking dog. But to everyone else, I'm evidence of psychosis.
Okay, that one's a little dark.
I don't think I can use that, though. Yeah.
It's funny, but that's a little dark.
Dino, this is your bear talking. Isn't that woman beautiful? Yeah. Fido, you were adopted. Yeah, can't use that one. Here's the one that we...
Wait, I think I missed something. Fido, you were adopted?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This one we already have on the board.
We do?
Oh, right here. I think it's time we had that discussion about Fido with the birds and the bees.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
We have Bring Your Dog to Work Day. Cat boss. Whose idea was this? All right. No, what's this one? Bo and Dean and Mia sitting there in their underwear. Yeah, for my own perverted reasons, I guess I wanted to draw them all in their underwear.
Don't say that kind of stuff out loud.
Family comic strip.
I remember that joke. You don't remember that joke?
What?
About them in their underwear?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying you didn't remember the joke.
Okay, yeah, I came up with two different versions of this one. We had the second one works best. The cat boss is on a loudspeaker. Attention! A secret agent has been sighted. All uniformed henchmen are ordered to sacrifice their lives in a futile defense of the lair. And then we find Dino, Mia, and Bo all standing there in their underwear, no longer uniformed. I feel like drawing that one.
You do? Okay.
Go figure. Let's see if we can... Oh well, that's as aesthetically pleasing as it's gonna get.
How so? What do you mean?
The camera.
Oh, camera. Okay.
Well, hey, we get to actually see the use of a lettering guide in action. Make this a little bit more visually appealing. Get those out of the way. And let's see, there's one panel, the gutter. And these little ticks along this side are the lettering spacings. It's not just on the center panel. Tick them off. I don't think there'll be more than 4 lines of dialogue, so I don't go any further than that. It's a nice rainy day today. The arthritic wife really appreciates
I
that.
love rainy days. Rainy days and Mondays.
You know, I think I made a mistake here. Look at this.
You?
Well, my paper is rocking on the board. I should have put it this way. See, that's the factory edge.
Ah. Oh, yeah, you do. You put it on the cut edge.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So it's. But the difference will be so insignificant, no one will notice. And I've already.
Yeah, everyone's gonna notice.
I've already got dirt on the comic strip. Impossible to keep these things clean. Well, this is a parallel ruler. It's a really neat thing. And, well, I'll have to turn the camera a bit because the base of the camera mount is getting in the way. But I roll it up so I'm equaling these lines, and then actually I don't have lines on that side. Let's try that again. Well, trying this again. And because of these nice little wheels there, and well, over there you can't see, it rolls down a nice parallel gliding line that I can use to make the lettering from these. From these ticks over here. Actually, I should be thinking to myself, what's the dialogue going to be here? Okay, first panel will be at attention. Secret agent has been sighted. Attention. That's probably 3 lines. And the next one's probably 4 lines. All right. So I need, whoops. Need 3 lines in this panel, 4 lines in this panel. Three. 4. Well, now I got to get the rhythm correct, because this is probably more written for a 3-panel thing, but the style of the strip is to do everything in 4 panels. Yes, I'm a rigid stylist. I'll do either 1 panel or 4s, sometimes 2.
Speaking of rhythm, and this has absolutely nothing to do with the comic strip, but I thought it might be worth mentioning that for some reason I have the song Love is a Battlefield going through my head, and I can't get that out of my head. Just thought you might want to know. What was that?
And I'm trying to do the whistle part.
Love is a battlefield. Pat Benatar. Searching your heart for so long. Both of us.
Actually, the last panel doesn't need any.
Words.
Yeah, so it's because it's just gonna be them standing there. Just be them standing there. I always feel like somebody wants me. So private.
So since you
Let's
were
stop
showing-
doing. Let's stop having us sing pop music songs. And now I got me mumbling to myself. What's that?
Since you are showing people, how you create, the world wants to know, are you going to put them in granny panties or sexy underwear?
Well, obviously by the characters, Dino is a tidy whities guy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You got to make it look as bad as possible.
You know what? I'm not so happy I asked now.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Mia is going to be wearing the sort of underwear that women wear during their time of the month.
I said granny panties. That's
Oh, okay, okay.
Let's not describe it in that
So,
way.
they won't be thong underwear.
Yes, but will they be lace?
No.
Oh.
Be about as unflattering as possible.
You're so kind.
I already sort of have an idea of what everything's going to look like, which is helpful.
Which is something I'm sure comes from your artistry, your creativity.
Gee, I wonder if that glare off the table is annoying.
I'm wondering if my squeaking over here is annoying. I can't get the table to stop squeaking.
All right. Actually, I should move the dialogue down. All right, well, I can always add more lines. I'll make it, since he's screaming this over the loudspeaker, there'll be large words, so I'll have to use. So just about all of these lines I've done, A-T-T-E-N-T-I-O-N, is about all these lines I've done are useless. Well, going to have to be modified. Attention, all henchmen. Now,
Are you basing the voice of the cat boss on anything in particular?
I think I was thinking about Rusty Venture from the Venture Brothers, and maybe even what's his name, the Monarch from the Venture Brothers. That sort of,
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
that sort of voice.
Yep. I think you're leaning more towards the Monarch.
Yeah, well, perhaps. No, supervillain, yeah.
Does that mean I'm supposed to be Mrs. Doctor?
Doctor Girlfriend, whatever.
Dr. Girlfriend?
It's too bad they canceled that TV show, huh?
I know.
Well, actually, when you think about it, Fido's got a lot of influence for Venture Brothers, because well, I actually did the henchman thing before, but didn't think about it. But I kind of liked how Agent 24 had the tattoo hench for life on his. Not the sort of thing that either of my characters could get away with.
Honestly,
What?
is it pipes that keep knocking in the other room?
Oh, that's the plumbing, yeah.
Okay.
It's water in the
I know,
in
but
the
has it
system.
always been that loud? Or is it just so quiet in the building?
Well, what I'm guessing is some work was done in the building recently, and the plumber didn't do his job properly, and
Now, why do you gotta go? See,
see,
I'm trying to tell people. I'm trying.
when you plumb something, you run the pipe up another 18 inches or so with a
You know,
cap
one of
for
your
expansion.
One of your dear,
Mansplaining.
one of your dear respected readers and Patreons happens to be in that field. So you probably wish to not discuss this.
Oh yes, well perhaps David, the plumber, my cousin, can tell Vicky that pipes bang because there's air in them.
You're banging especially loudly. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, he told me earlier it was mice. So that's his fault.
We haven't seen a mouse in here in a long time.
Don't
That
you
exterminator did a great job.
Don't you effing say that. You
We had
know
these
what's gonna
glue
happen
traps.
now.
We had these glue traps, and then we were catching one a night. And mice are the bitchiest things on the planet. They
All right,
scream
no,
and yell and
no,
ah.
We're not discussing that anymore. No.
But we haven't seen mice in over a year and a half now.
Charles, we've lived here 3 years.
Yeah, I know. We haven't seen mice in a long time.
Not a year.
Well, when we saw the mice, they were there for only like 4 months, and then the exterminator came and they were gone.
Were, they're still, oh dear Lord. What is the word I'm looking for?
In remission.
What have they all been doing for the last year and a half?
Oh, COVID. Yeah. The mice are quarantined.
Quarantined. I could not think of that word for the life of me. The mice are all in quarantine, so things are opening up now, so we won't be in trouble.
The audience is probably saying, "Stop chatting with the wife and get to work."
What are you trying to use the audience as your segment? Only would be wife. Shut up. Let me get to work.
So, change the dialogue on the fly because I think I'd like the Cap Boss to say the word premises. Sounds like a sort of word he could pull out.
I noticed when some of the writing that you do gets to my table for coloring, I've noticed you change a word here and there.
And just to be sure, Premisses, is that how you spell it?
I'm sorry, what word are you asking?
I don't know. Probably not with a W, huh? There we go, Premisses. Yeah, I thought so. I always check just so I get the spelling right.
You were gonna put a W in
No.
place?
It was a typo when I.
Oh, I was like, what?
It was a typo when I hit it on the tablet.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just checking to make sure. I would have had the spelling correct, but. See, tablets are very useful in a lot of other great ways. See, back in the. Oh, really? I don't think I should show you my PIN number. All right.
The ATM number is.
With a Google visual search, say I want to see what a wheelchair looks like. Back in the old days, we'd have to have a morgue of available images for reference.
Is that truly the word, morgue?
Yeah, they called it a morgue in art school. One of my professors had like a file cabinet, 4-foot high file cabinet full of just alphabetically listed. The guy was pretty anal.
Well, no, you needed that because if you wanted to find, a zebra.
Well, you kind of know what a zebra looks like, but it's good to have a reference. So when you're doing the little cartooning, you can do little visual jokes. And still make it look like what it's supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to work. Attention all henchmen. Secret agent has been spotted on the premises. Okay, here's where the punchline goes, and I knew I would need more lines.
Yeah, sorry.
She's yawning over there.
I only got 9 hours of sleep.
All right, we got all uniformed henchmen. And there's not enough room there for henchmen. So I'll probably end up moving this over to the right while I use up all the space. In a futile defense of the layer. I think that's important that I put in futile. And do I not have enough? Yeah, if I don't have enough space to do defense, then I have to do another line anyway. So I don't like to go down to 5 lines. But we're doing it. Breaking the rules, breaking the rules, breaking the rules. Yeah. A 5th line.
Out of curiosity,
Yeah.
I'm coloring a strip that has a room with a computer and a desk in it. Is
Yeah.
that the living room, and should I put the walls?
No, actually, that I believe I already know which strip you're talking about, and that is the desktop computer. It's not a laptop, right?
Right, it's a desk.
Okay, so that's in the bedroom.
Do you happen to remember what color walls the bedroom are?
Well, much like our apartment, Bo and Dino really don't go very heavily into decorating color-wise on the walls. The walls here are the same color as they were when we moved in. So I'm guessing they're the same color as every other wall in the apartment.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. I just didn't want to go ahead and do it. I thought maybe it might be the bright blue color of the walls from your apartment when we first met.
Yes, before I was married, I actually had colorful walls.
Don't make it sound like I got
No,
you
it's
wrong.
not you.
Okay, because I was gonna say I was fine with you doing it in that bedroom in the house, but you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So bright blue walls and a water bed. Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I fell in love with.
All right. So, thing I hadn't pointed out before. There's the signature spot. And I put this right to the edge of the panel. Tick, tick. And I already know that from there to there is where the name's going to be. So I don't have to, well, erase any more lines than necessary. And I tip this on edge to get the angle. Keep the lettering consistent even in the signature. I put the signature here because this is where Burke Brethard from Bloom County used to always put his signature. And if it's good enough for Bloom County and Burke Brethard, it's good enough for me. All right.
I don't know if you noticed it or if you picked up on the mic, but there was a perfectly timed car horn if you said that.
Yeah, I'm sure Mike picked it up.
It's good enough for me. What's good enough for them, it's good enough for me.
All right. Yeah, I think in the first panel we should have the cat boss on a loudspeaker, whether it be a megaphone or maybe like a microphone. Good question. The megaphone would be a funnier visual image. Yeah, we'll put him on a megaphone. And he'd have to be facing this way. All right. maybe standing on a stool, because he thinks higher up he is, the more sound will carry, and plus adds to the humor of the visual image. Feet, and there's the stool of a slight lean forward as he holds the megaphone, which what I'll end up doing is going into the morgue and on the Google image search and figuring out what style megaphone I want him to have. His helmet. His little black suit, white shirt. Sleeve is covering that. And tail is always expressive. Let's see, how would it be? Now he's kind of aggravated, so the tail gets a little swish and it's up in the end. How Bob Fosse does jazz hands, jazz tail.
Fosse.
And that's more or less all we have to do for the stool at the moment. Now again, I usually do the background first, but this is the secret layer, and it requires very little in the way of the background. I guess there's just a horizon line. Figure out what that's going to look like later on. Now, we have to look at it from the point of view of the boys' world. The cubicle in which Bo works in. It comes up to about there. File cabinet, about there. And we'll do a, let's see, since we want to get Dino and Mia in the picture, they'll be over here on this big wall, the cubicle. I'm going to put the vanishing point somewhere around here in the next panel. Ah, telephone.
I'm getting it, sorry.
Oh, you're not going to say hello?
Hello?
Hi, is this Vicky?
Yes?
Whoops.
Hi, Vicky. It's Erica Dorkholz, your mom's case manager with Chris. How are you?
Ah.
How are you?
My wife's 86-year-old mother.
Yes, I did. I called just a little while ago.
Do you have a second to talk for a minute?
Well, I think I probably should pause this video for a moment.